darlings, HeartGamer26 here, and I am back with a brand new episode of AutoCraft! Yes, we are back. If you saw last week's episode, you know that we built this bad boy right here. Well, the head of this bad boy. But yeah, we built this bad boy in last week's episode, and pretty much, that's pretty much all we did, and added the eyes and all that fun stuff. This week, we're obviously going to be continuing on with building our lovely base and working on the undershell of our friend here. And yes, I did say undershell because one of you did guess correctly in the comments down below. It was Digital Chaos who guessed a turtle. And yes, this is going to be a sea turtle. His name is Morty, or Mortimer, and he's been inspired by something that I'll explain later while we're building. But yeah, we're gonna be pretty much building the undershell over here, as you can see underneath. This is not built, this is Lightmatica. I already got it set up so we can be working on it, and I'm just gonna build for chat with you guys. So that's gonna be what today's episode is gonna be. So I need a way to start this. So let's grab you, since we don't need you anymore. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna, I realize I need to get in here for a second. Thank you. We'll put you away. Actually, I would like that back, and we'll put you away. There we go. Okay, there we go. But I'm so professional at this, guys. But yeah, like I said, this is a turtle. It's going to be pretty much a sea turtle. It is based off of, I got inspired actually on a previous SMP. Well, okay. I should probably tell the little story about this guy, because there is a story to him. And why is that? Why? Why are you being butt? Well, anyway. I don't know why it's being a butt, but yeah, so there is an actual story to this guy. So as I said, his name is Mortimer, and that is because he, well, I'm gonna call him Morty. The one he's inspired by is called Mortimer, and he's inspired by a mascot of a camp I used to go to when I was younger. A camp called Camp Odeon. And it is a camp for kids that have heart problems. As many of you do know, I do have a congenital heart defect called tricuspid atresia. I'm not expecting you guys to remember that. Or as some call it, CHD. And I grew up with that, and our symbol was always a turtle with a heart in it, in the middle of it. And I got inspired on a previous SMP that I wanted to build a base that was kind of inspired by Mortimer. And I never got a chance on a previous SMP, so now with AutoCraft, I went, you know what? I need an idea for a big base. And ironically, when I applied and was talking for an interview for the SMP, I mentioned about this base, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna build him because I mentioned him, and I've been really wanting to, you know, I've been really inspired to build him, and I thought this would be a perfect chance to do so. So, yeah, we got our friend here, and he is going to be, I'm excited. I did some changes from the previous version I had with, like, in the fins. I had them a lot smaller, and they're a lot bigger now. I had so many levels to him. Previously, I had, like, different floors, where in this one, you'll guys see over time that there's going to be maybe a couple floors, but I'm going to design the interior after I build him. So I'm not going to design it. I didn't design it beforehand. I designed it now. So, there we go. Yeah, I designed it previously, but the interiors will be worked on after we build, because then I can get a feel of, like, what do I need? What would work? What doesn't work? Yeah, you know, the whole 9 yards. But I'm really excited, and yeah, I'm really excited for what's gonna be to build this because I've been working on this for a little bit, and I'm finally building him. I'm so happy. What? Why is there a drown over there? He trying to come over here and bother me? Can you not see? I am busy. So, yeah, going back to the whole Mortimer thing. So, like I said, it's based off of camp. And I have so many wonderful memories from camp, like growing up. Because, I mean, growing up as someone with a heart condition in the town I grew up in, I didn't know many kids that had it. I mean, I saw some because there would be kids at... there would be kids at, like, the hospital I went to. And obviously, you know, like, I would see them there, but I never really got to interact with them maybe once a month, maybe like every few months, because my mom was on a committee for them, and we would do like parties come like February 14th, because February 14th, besides being, where'd it go? Besides being, you know, obviously Valentine's Day, which everyone recognizes, or Single Awareness Day for those that do recognize that, it was also Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Day, and my mom actually got former governors of our state to actually proclaim it growing up, so that was kind of cool. And I never got a really chance to feel like I fit in, because I mean, I had some classmates that had some medical stuff as well. I'm not going to dive into that because that's their own business, but I was like the only person in my school, like I don't want to say district, but school, my age, you know, in my grade or in high school and middle school, that had heart problems. And I never really felt like I fit in like that. But going to camp, at least for 1 week out of the year, for a couple of years, because I started with when the camp originally opened up, and I was part of the first campers to go to Camp Odan, and I went from, I think it was 8th grade up till until my senior year. And I would go at least 1 year, or not 1 year, 1 week out of the year during the summer, obviously, because then we wouldn't miss school. And I would go among kids and hang out and do camp things, surprisingly. You know, a camp full of kids with heart conditions. You probably think, well, what can you guys do? We can do anything a normal kid can do within, obviously, some restrictions, but that's usually with like what your doctor says. Like, I know I could not play contact sports. I could never play hockey. I could never play football. But then again, I wasn't heavily into sport. I mean, I was into sports. I played, there's a child over there. Please stay over there. I was into softball. I did play soccer when I was really little, but I never had interest in those sports, so it was fine for me that I didn't have to worry about playing them, but I still could play sports. I just would have to rest a lot longer than other kids would, so if I sat down to take that, you know, a little break, it would take me longer. I didn't have, as we dubbed it, a second wind like, you know, a lot of people would have. And I mean, I got to do a lot of things. I got to go swimming. I went horseback riding. I went canoeing. Did archery. I actually got a bullseye when I was younger. We did like different activities where we would do trust activities, or you know, we went camping. Even though we were at camp, we went on a peninsula because it was up north, and we were on a peninsula and we went camping. It was kind of funny because we went camping and there was a storm in the morning, so that was great. What else I did our version of a polar plunge, not in the middle of winter, but you're up northern Minnesota, water can get kind of cold, and at 7 a.m. jumping in the lake. Yeah, I did that. And I did that at least once. I'll never do it again. I got to dance. We had activities. We had arts and crafts. You know, the whole 9 yards. Typically what you think of when it comes to camp, we got to do. And yes, some kids couldn't do everything, but a lot of us were pretty much just treated like normal kids. And that was the whole thing, is we got to be treated like normal kids, have fun, get to meet other kids similar to us, with scars similar to us. And it was really, really fun. I got to enjoy like some stuff that I never would have been able to try otherwise. And some of my most fondest memories are from camp. And I, like, we would have a cabin. We would have a group of, like, for when I was growing up, I had a group of friends that I would share a cabin with. And pretty much we got to do different activities. Like, each day had its own theme almost. Hello? Oh, hello. Hello. I hear you. Sir, can you not tell I'm telling a story? Be gone. Go away. Ow. Is it nighttime? Oh, it's nighttime. Let's go sleep quick. But yeah, that explains so much why all of a sudden I'm getting bothered by drones. Let's go sleep. All right, much better. Oh, that's looking really good. Why can't... Oh, stupid wings. There we go. Okay. But yeah, I got to do a lot of things. We had different, like, activities, different theme days. Like, we had pajama day. There was one where it was backwards day, where most of us would, like, wear our clothes backwards. There was a few that went the extra mile, and I think some tried to talk backwards. We had, like, dinner for breakfast for dinner, you know, that whole 9 yards. There was one kid that actually was trying to go the extra mile, and the day that we did the backwards thing, after we did the flag raising ceremony that we do every morning, he started walking backwards and accidentally ran into a tree. So he was okay. He said he might have blacked out for a moment, but he was okay. Of course, you know, being a camp full of kids with heart conditions, we had a lot of doctors and a lot of, okay, so this is about the range. Okay. We had a lot of doctors and nurses that were able to, be right there. So obviously he was checked out. He was fine. The whole 9 yards, yada, yada, yada. So, they made sure it was okay. But the funny thing is, I think later on that day we had a dance, and the DJ decided to humor everybody and purposely pointed the kid out and started playing, I think it's Tub Thumping, I get knocked down, but I get up again, that song, and started playing it, and everyone just was like, oh. And he had fun. He actually went along with it and danced with it, and actually kind of danced and fell on the ground purposely this time to go along with it, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, we did that. We had, I think, one time a murder mystery where we had to figure out what happened. Like, we were at like some type of ball, and so we had to figure out what happened, and we had we would have little like chants or little rhythm games that we would do. There would be like times where, okay, we had to come up with like school rally chants, and of course, some of the ads that I would hear growing up, we did that. We would do where if there was a lost and found, the camp counselors would go around dressed in funny costumes, showing off the outfits, and you had to go up front and do a silly dance to get your stuff back. There was one year where, because we're in Minnesota and up north, we did Paul Bunyan night, so we had to dress in plaid, the jeans, and dress as a lumberjack. To have beards, we put Vaseline on our face and then ground coffee beans. We had crazy day. We had a lot of fun. The last day we would do like a ceremony just to say goodbye to everybody, candlelit ceremony. We would wear our camp shirts and say goodbye to everybody, tears, pictures. I'm not going to show any pictures because I don't want to dox anybody, but we would have dances, maybe on the beach or in the camp itself, or the camp mess hall. It was a lot of fun. There were some very fond memories. I made some friends that I still at least somewhat talk to today, and it felt nice to have like those people that I could connect with and be like, hey, we're actually similar. We both have this health problem, and maybe they don't have the exact one I have. Like there was a few camp counselors that even had heart conditions. Like there was one guy, he had a pacemaker. And if you guys know me, I actually have a pacemaker. I didn't have a pacemaker back in, when I went to camp. I didn't get my pacemaker until my second year of college. But something different is I actually have mine in my abdomen because I have so much scar tissue. I wasn't able to have mine up in the, chest like most people would, chest area. So, like, shoulder blade, I think that's about typically. But, yeah, so we got to do that. Some parents would come up and pick them up. We would get letters from our parents. I got some postcards, or I would send some postcards to my family and my sibling, and it was a lot of fun. Like I made friends. I know someone in our community, Dancing King. That's actually where I know Dancing King from. I haven't talked to him in a while, but that's where I know him from. And unfortunately, I will say there has been at least one of my friends that I was actually cabin mates with. She, I think my second year of college, unfortunately passed away because I think it was with some heart complications. So that one was really hard, and they kind of because they have a newsletter and they at least try to do some remembrance if any of the kids do end up, unfortunately passing, which unfortunately happens. I mean, I'm pretty healthy, but it's still scary because, like, I mean, my pacemaker, I was told I was very healthy. I was actually told I didn't need to be on medication because I was told, I think a type of medication when throughout my childhood, I was told I was going to be on this for the rest of my life. And then I got a new cardiologist, and she was like, no, you don't need to be on here. You just need to maybe take aspirin, and which is great. So I thought, oh, cool. And, feeling good and everything. But then I did a Holter monitor test, and during that Holter monitor test, I hate to say it, they found my heart actually stopped a couple times at night. So I had to have an emergency surgery, and my pacemaker got put in. I will be honest, guys, I could go like a whole not podcast, but I could go a whole hour into just my heart condition stuff, and I don't know if anyone would be ever interested in hearing that, but maybe one day if you guys are interested, maybe if I hit a certain goal, I might dive into that. But yeah, so I know some people that had heart transplants, and they were out and about and having fun, and yeah, it felt nice to be among people that I could connect with, because I mean, I had friends at school and I could connect with them, but no one really could understand, I had a few friends that did have medical stuff, but they had different medical stuff than having a heart condition or, that type of stuff. And so having a camp dedicated to that really, really, really helped and made me feel comfortable about my own surgery scars, and made me feel comfortable about them, because I do have some scars. I have some, and seeing kids with similar, almost identical similar ones is like, oh, okay, so maybe I'm not such a standout odd person that I thought I am. There are actually people out there that are similar to me and do have similar conditions and such. And I mean, and now a lot of us are starting to grow up, so there's now alumni for it. So that's kind of cool. And, next generation. It went from having 1 week in the summer to, I think there's at least 3 sessions during the summer, if not 4. I think there's 3 sessions that go away to camp. There's a day camp session, and then I know there was a winter session that I actually attended a couple times with my family so they could experience where I went to camp, and it was kind of cool. I mean, there was one year where it was really busy, where I had camp. Let's see, I had camp. No, it went, I had a play I was in, I had surgery, and I had camp. Like, so I had the play, camp, found out one of the people that was in the play was actually a camp counselor for the camp that they, Camp Odan would rent out to go to. So that was kind of funny. And then afterwards I had surgery, and then I had to start up 9th grade. So that was a very, very, very busy summer, but it was a lot of fun. Like, we did a American Idol-esque event there, and I actually sang in it, and the person that was supposed to be Simon Cowell actually didn't rip me to shreds. But then again, I mean, we're kids, they're not gonna do that, but it was like, oh, I feel better about myself a little bit, because the person that was being the Simon Cowell type person did give criticism. Like, I think I was told that I just stood there and I should have moved around more. That was my criticism, but obviously you're not going to rip to shreds kids. So, yeah, but it was still a lot of fun, and it took a lot of guts for me to do that. So, yeah, I had so much fun. How much? Okay, we'll finish up these 2 rows, and then I think we'll call it. So, but yeah. Oh no. Now I'm starting to drown. This is great. Well, not drowning yet. Yet is the keyword here. But man, I hope one day, I haven't been able to, but I hope one day to be a camp counselor there, or do something so I can repay Camp Odan, because without it, I probably wouldn't be the person I am today. Like, I'm still, I still have my moments about my heart condition, but I wouldn't be as comfortable as I am today about it without it. And it's great if you're in the Midwest and you do have a heart condition, or you know someone that does. And that's still in the school, like still within school age. I cannot recommend it enough. Like, I highly recommend Camp Odan. It is a great camp, and it's been going on for a long while now and such, so, but I think this is, good. We got, let's actually see this. Like, get back in under the water. There we go. Like, we got at least half of the shell done, and I'm proud of that. I just waffled away. I'm sorry about that, but it was like, I wanted to at least tell you guys the inspiration for this. But yes, so this is what our base is going to be a turtle, and his name is Morty. He's based off of the Camp Odan mascot Mortimer, and yeah, he's gonna be big. He's gonna be a big boy. I mean, you see the box here. That's just the undershell. Like, the shell's gonna be a bit bigger, and it is gonna peek out of the water, and part of his fins are gonna be in the water. Like, I'm really excited. I thought about maybe going more of a like a Loch Ness, but I'm like, no, I want to do a turtle. And so, yeah. And I think that's going to be about it. So let's return and end the episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed my little waffle. Sorry, I just went on a complete tangent, and I know this episode's going to be a bit long, like almost double the normal episode that I normally do. But I just wanted to explain kind of the backstory about what this build's going to be. So anyway, I think that's going to be about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, Heartlings, have a good one. Good